Welcome to JLearn. Today we are continuing with our trilogy series and we are going to take the part 3 of this trilogy series. So let's go to the first question. The David Lodge trilogy comprises of first option, changing places, big place, small place. Second option, changing places, small world, nice work. Third option, big places, paradise news, therapy. Fourth option, big places, paradise news, death sentence. So they're asking you to identify the place that comes in the David Lodge trilogy. Okay, so it is known by the author's name itself, David Lodge. Okay, so if you know the answer, try to answer that. Let's look into the answer. So it's option 2, changing places, small world and nice work. Changing places, small world and nice work. So these are the works that come in the David Lodge trilogy. David Lodge trilogy. Okay, so who was David Lodge? David Lodge was a novelist, literary critic and editor, and he's chiefly known for his satiric campus novels about academic life. So he used to write a lot about academic life, and most of his novels were campus novels. Okay, so and that is about David Lodge trilogy. Let's go to the second question. Who is the author of the trilogy series The Radiant Way, A Natural Curiosity and The Gates of Ivory? Okay, so they have given the names of the works that come in this trilogy, and they are asking you to identify the author of this trilogy. Okay, the author. Okay, so this trilogy, it does not have a particular name, right? From the question we can understand that it does not have a particular name, but the names of the works that come in this trilogy are mentioned. You just have to identify the name of the author. Okay, so option 1, Ian McEwan. Second option, Julian Barnes. Third option, Angela Carter. And fourth option, Margaret Drabble. Okay, so take your time to answer this question. Let's check the answer. So it's option 4, Margaret Drabble. Margaret Drabble. Okay, so a common theme that comes in Margaret Drabble's novels are the correlation between contemporary England society and its individual members. Okay, so it gives a correlation between the contemporary England society and its individual members. Okay, and most of the protagonists that comes in her novels, they are women. Okay, so that is about Margaret Drabble. So the trilogy written by Margaret Drabble, the name of the works are The Radiant Way, A Natural Curiosity and The Gates of Ivory. Let's go to the third question. The Bristol trilogy consists of Shadow Dance, Dash and Love. Okay, so the Bristol trilogy consists of Shadow Dance, Dash and Love. So they have given two names of the works that come in the trilogy, in the Bristol trilogy. You just have to identify one more work. Okay, so total 3. So the second work that comes in this trilogy. So the first question is The Magic Toy Shop. Second option, Heroes and Villains. Third option, Several Perceptions. And fourth option, The Passion of New Eve. I hope you have an answer in your mind. So let's check if it's right. So the answer is option 3, Several Perceptions. Several Perceptions. And it was written by Angela Carter. Okay, Angela Carter. Fine. And she was an English novelist, short story writer and journalist, and she is known for her feminist and picaresque works that employ magical realism. Okay, so she is known for her feminist as well as picaresque works, and all of it employs magical realism. What are picaresque works? Picaresque works or picaresque novels, the protagonist would be someone who does not have the conventional characters of a hero, how a hero is supposed to be. Then also he or she would be very appealing to the readers or to the audience. Okay, so that's how picaresque works are written, and Angela Carter used to write picaresque novels or works. So the next question, it's about the Thomas Cromwell series. Okay, so the Thomas Cromwell series is also known as so they're asking you to identify another name for the Thomas Cromwell series. So the options given are first option, Wolf Hall trilogy. Second option, Stuart Hall trilogy. Third option, Godfather trilogy. Fourth option, Tower trilogy. Okay, so you just have to identify another name for the Thomas Cromwell series. So let's check if the answer you have in your mind is correct. So the answer is Option 1, Wolf Hall Trilogy. Wolf Hall Trilogy. Okay, so the Thomas Cromwell trilogy is also known as the Wolf Hall Trilogy. So what are the works that come in this Wolf Hall Trilogy? First one, Wolf Hall. Second one, Bring Up the Bodies. And third one, The Mirror and the Light. Mirror and the Light. Wolf Hall, Bring Up the Bodies, The Mirror and the Light. Mirror and the Light. Okay. So this Wolf Hall Trilogy, it is set in the period from 1500 to 1535. 1500 to 1535, and it is a fictionalized biography. It's not real. The biography is fictionalized. Okay, and it talks about the power of Thomas Cromwell, the rise of power of Thomas Cromwell in the court of Henry VIII. Okay, Henry VIII up till the death of Sir Thomas More. Okay, so the rise of power of Thomas Cromwell to the death of Sir Thomas More. So that is the Wolf Hall trilogy about. Okay, and it contains Wolf Hall, Bring Up the Bodies, and The Mirror and the Light. So next question, V.S. Naipaul's India trilogy consists of. So which are the works that come in V.S. Naipaul's India trilogy? Option 1, An Area of Darkness, A Discovery of India, The Middle Passage. Second option, An Area of Darkness, India, A Wounded Civilization, India, A Million Mutinies Now. Third option, Guerrillas, A Bend in the River, The Enigma of Arrival. Fourth option, Guerrillas, Away in the World, Magic Seeds. Okay, so the works, the name of these works are pretty long. I hope you have an answer in your mind. The India Trilogy by V.S. Naipaul. Without wasting time, we can check for the answer. It's option 2. An Area of Darkness, India, A Wounded Civilization, India, A Million Mutinies Now. Okay, An Area of Darkness, India, A Wounded Civilization, India, A Million Mutinies Now. So these are the works that come in the India trilogy by V.S. Naipaul. Okay, so this work, this India trilogy, it is a controversial travelogue. It's a very controversial travelogue. Okay, and this is about the author's trip through India in the early 60s. In the early 60s, and it is a very pessimistic work. It's a deeply pessimistic work. Okay, pessimistic work, and it conveys the acute sense of disillusionment. Acute sense of disillusionment, which the author experiences on his first visit to India. So it's about the first visit he conducts to India, and it talks about the acute sense of disillusionment that he got while visiting India for the first time. Okay, anecdotal and descriptive narration. So the narration is anecdotal as well as descriptive, and this book, it is banned in India. So that is why we say that it was a very controversial travelogue. Which is that travelogue? India Trilogy by V.S. Naipaul. And the works that come in the India Trilogy are An Area of Darkness, India, A Wounded Civilization, India, A Million Mutinies Now. So in the next class or the next video, we can do another series, trilogy series, part 4. And I hope you will stay tuned for that video. Thank you.